All right. So this is what I just handed you. Okay, so far we've seen a couple sentences. Now, beneath, actually, don't write this, but I do want you to follow along visually. I want you to watch what's going on up here. Okay, let's try this.
Are you not writing anything into them?
You are.
Oh.
You are. Okay.
Oh, don't write this though.
Don't write what I'm about to write.
Oh, okay.
No, this is very important. Okay, Cornelia est puella. Now, in this sentence, you've seen this sentence a million times. All right, what is Cornelia? How am I going to mark that up, everybody? Subject. Okay, now, is Cornelia singular or plural?
Singular.
It's singular. Good. Okay, so we're going to put our first ending on the chart. All right, if you notice, okay, up here, you're just going to put an A right there. So that fill in. Anything that we're going to write in the chart, fill in, but any sentences below, do not bother writing.
Does NON stand for knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
I can't speak English.
Yep. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about like any of the characteristics right now. Just worry about kind of where we're putting the endings.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So that's our first one. Now let's do another example. Let's get rid of that. Who's snoring? Okay, now, in this sentence, we've got Ankilai in Wilam Kurunt. All right, so what's my subject here, everybody? Ankilai. Now, we know that, take a look at the verb, it ends in NT, so is it singular or plural?
Plural.
It's plural, so does that mean my subject also has to be plural?
Yes.
Yeah, and do we have a plural subject?
Yes.
Yes, it's Ankilai, okay? So, we're going to put our second ending up here. Right there. That's where that goes. Okay, so far so good? All right. Let's get rid of this. Ciao for now. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I'm on erasing. There we go. Okay, this next example, pater epistulam scribit. Pater epistulam scribit. Now, what's my verb? Scribit is my verb. Okay, now it's singular, so we need a singular subject. Do we have one?
Yes.
What is it? Pater, good. Okay, now what about epistulam? It ends in an M, so how would I mark this up? D-O. Okay, good. Now, we're going to put our third ending in the chart. That's going to go right here. In the accusative, ac.
Why is it in the feminine section? Isn't father, was it all?
So the word pater is masculine, but we're talking about this word here, epistulam. And epistula is actually a feminine word. It means letter, like a thing that you write to somebody, not like a letter in the alphabet. Yeah, that's different. Okay, that word is litera, which is also where we get literature from. Jeez. Okay, now let's try this one.
I'm sorry, I'm coughing.
It happens, it happens.
So I had cough medicine last night. I had an inhaler in the morning. I've done all these things and haven't done anything.
It's okay, it happens.
My mom basically gave me all the medicine she had and it didn't work. So.
She just like chug water in between like pee and cough out.
Okay, this next sentence that we've got. Magistra an...
That's my mom.
Excuse me. Tim, are you sleeping?
I'm not.
Do you need to stand up in the back?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So magistra anquilas conspicit. Now, what's my verb? Everybody. Conspicit. Man, it keeps trying to erase. Okay. What's my subject? My singular subject. Magistra. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, teacher. Now, anquilas. We already have our subject. What is anquilas going to be? Subject or direct object?
No, subject.
Wait, we've already got a subject. So what is it going to be?
We're going to go into two with a little thing like shape like
Direct
this.
object.
A preposition.
It's just a direct object.
Direct object.
Okay. I don't think you've seen very many examples with plural, but just so you know, that AS is plural, right? Okay, so usually if it ends in AM, it's a direct object. Sometimes if it's AS, it's also a direct object. So that is going to go right here.
I'm gonna say, what does the sentence mean?
What does the sentence mean?
Teacher, slave, woman.
The teacher catches sight of the slave women.
Oh, I thought it was like teachers living on Cactus Side.
No, you see, you're reading like English does in left to right word order. Okay.
I don't know, I'm gonna ask you later.
All right, let's do a couple more.
Sorry, it's not.
Okay.
Achoo.
You're awesome.
Mm,
Does Latin have any letters that aren't in the English?
no.
Why are Greeks using alpha, beta, alpha, omega, alpha?
Okay, so-
alpha, beta?
Well, wait,
Because
but
they're-
that's Greek.
They all those languages come from the same language family, and that's Proto-Indo-European. But that also includes languages like Gaelic and Sanskrit, Latin, Greek. And I think Russian is also related, right? So Cyrillic, like Russian, or even Serbian, uses the Cyrillic language, right? That's the eastern side of it, and that came from Greek characters, or developed kind of similarly like that. And then everything in the West kind of developed using the Latin alphabet. So you've got this like East versus West, but it all comes from the same language family stem, which is Proto-Indo-European. Cool? Which is cool. Like you can trace that too. Like all the words for father in those 5 languages that I just mentioned are very, very similar. Let's see if I can pull these out of memory. Sorry, I think this stuff is so interesting.
Wait, like Russian, Greek.
What about Arabic?
Arabic?
Arabic's different.
No, it's actually in the family. It's in that family, right? Sanskrit and Arabic. Arabic is just like a modern iteration.
Really?
Yeah.
Sanskrit comes from
Whoops, that's paragraph.
where does Sanskrit come from again? Comes from
Oh, I haven't written Greek in so long. No, that's not right either. Oh my gosh, I can't do this.
Is that pie?
Where does the Sanskrit language come from?
Isn't it to the side?
Fish.
Wait, what is it?
That's Greek.
Fish, Do you have water?
That's green. Move on.
Do you have water? You have soda. Oh. Spare some for
No.
Yeah, okay. You know, you need to cough out. Imagine basketball.
Vodka.
Is it good? You could.
Okay, I'm forgetting the other one.
And that's what Chinese moms do. They make you drink.
It's just patros. Patros, yeah. So if you were to transliterate it into English, it's just Patros. Patros. Yeah, that's fair.
We're all gonna get imagine basketball.
Okay, can I infract the whole class? Because you guys are being like super disrespectful right now. And I'm trying to remember things that are cool, but I guess you guys don't care. Whatever. It's not my education that's suffering. It's yours. All right, let's keep going, whatever. Never mind, doesn't matter. What's my verb? Oh, wow, it's where it. Cool. What's my subject? Oh, it's Marcus. And what's my direct object? Oh, it's Ramam. Okay, nice, thanks, class. All right, so Marcus is my subject. Where am I? Is it singular or plural? It's singular, Miss Slade. Oh, cool, okay. So where in the chart am I going to put this if it's masculine? Oh, I think you're going to put it similarly to where the A goes. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Okay, cool. So us, that's another ending. Oh, but Miss Slade, there's another word in there that also might be masculine and can probably also go in that chart. Is it Rama, Miss Slade? Yeah, it totally is. Okay, so we're going to put that similarly to it's going to be and we're going to put it right here. That was fantastic. I'm so glad you noticed that. Okay, now, if we can figure this out, right, let's use pattern recognition. Let's try another one. Let's make Ramam plural, right? Marcus, we're going to change that. Ramos. Okay, that's still our direct object. We've just made it plural.
I think it's you. I think the ending is US is the O. Never mind.
Yeah, never mind, you're right. Check yourself. Okay, that OS goes right here. Okay, and if you notice, there is a pattern, right? Okay, AM and UM. Okay, masculine versus feminine. AS versus OS. Okay, plural. Very similar patterns. Okay, Latin is a lot about pattern recognition. If you're good at math and good at noticing patterns and logic, you'll be just fine. Okay, now there's one ending we did not talk about, which we do need to mention. You have seen it before. Let's give it a shot. Okay. Okay, seri in colina sunt. All right, so my verb is sunt, and based on the NT, that is going to be plural, which means my subject also has to be plural. And in colina is a prepositional phrase, so we're not going to do anything with that, but circle it and get rid of it as a unit. We're left with servi. Servi is our plural subject. The ending is I. Where is that going to go? Right here. Nope. Okay, does everyone have this?
Yes, it is.
All right, do you think we're going to fill this chart out in full?
No.
Not today.
Not today. Do you think we'll eventually fill this chart out in full?
Yes.
Do you think that it's something that I'm going to have to make you memorize, though?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right, so just keep this in mind. All right, these are all endings that you've dealt with so far. Any questions?
Yes.
Yeah?
I have a question.
What is your question?
My question is, why didn't we do the ones for GENDAT, ABL, and POC?
Because we haven't learned those grammatical
Oh,
concepts
yeah.
just yet. Yeah, right now, so based on what we've just done, okay, what do we think this particular, what do you think nom, like if a word ends in A, or a word ends in AE, or us, or I, how is it functioning in the sentence?
Nominative subject.
It's the subject, okay? So we can discern from that the nominative case, that's what it's called, the nominative is used for subjects, okay? You can even, if you feel like you want to do that, you can even just write it here, okay? Subject. Okay, now these ones down here, as, and os, those words, what's the function typically? Direct object. Okay, so this particular case, the accusative case, is used for direct objects. Okay, and you've just figured out kind of 2 out of the technically 7 cases, right? There's only 6 up here, but there should be 7. Okay, yes. So declension, I wouldn't worry about it just now, but the short answer is a declension is a noun family. A noun family. And there are only 5 in Latin. Okay, there's first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So there are 5 noun families. I don't think we do nouns like that. We don't have really declension. Yeah, Latin's kind of weird because it is an inflected language. English is slightly inflected, but Latin is totally inflected, meaning, right, like inflected meaning that the endings on the words change, right? So in English, what I might do is I might change tense, right? It's the difference between slap and slapped, right? So to indicate, or smashed, right? To indicate that there is a change in time, I have to change the ending on the word. But we don't do that for nouns because a girl is a girl as the subject and the direct object, right? Like the girl smashed the pumpkin smashed the girl. The word girl doesn't actually change, right? We use word order in English, but in Latin we use endings, and Latin is totally inflected, meaning that the nouns change endings, adjectives change endings, the verbs change endings. Greek is like this as well. Okay. Sorry, that was a lot of linguistic talk.
Miss Liz,
Clinton Kilroy.
did you learn how to do Latin and Greek?
Yes.
What?
I didn't know about Greek. I obviously kind of applied Latin because, I'm
Yeah,
a
well,
teacher. But
Yeah. Well, when you're a classics major, you typically get both. You're supposed to have both. And keep in mind, ancient Greek and modern Greek are absolutely not the same thing. So if you are a modern Greek speaker, like if you live in Greece and you speak Greek in your household, it's not going to be the same as Koine Greek, which is what you typically learn
Is
in.
it kind of like the difference between English and Old English, or?
I'd say a little further removed, but essentially kind of. Yeah. Yeah, so it does have its own grammatical conventions and things like that. But modern Greek obviously did come from ancient Greek, but to read it is it's a different skill set.
Greece is still around?
What do you mean?
What?
What?
My friend
Yeah.
lives in Greece.
Robert,
No, it's
how
okay.
do we get Greek food then?
I don't know.
It's okay. Some people don't know. Some people, yeah, Greek is still around. Greece is still a country. But it goes through some interesting changes, right? Because Greece was one of the first-ish, like, Mediterranean civilizations, but then Rome comes into power and overtakes Greece. So at one point, Greece was the height of everything, right? You have the Greeks and the Trojans get their butts kicked. Greece is this all-powerful. Alexander the Great, right? Also technically Greek. Cleopatra, also Greek, right? But Rome does come in and sweep all of that away, and Greece becomes a Roman province. So it's under Roman rule for a very, very long time.
It's not
I mean,
anymore.
same thing.
Not anymore. Now Greece is like its own independent
The
country.
Turks had Greece at one point.
The Turks did also have Greece at one point. Yeah, so it's interesting like how Europe kind of develops over time and shifts in terms of leadership and who's in control.
Doesn't Turkey still have Greece, like a part of Greece?
No.
It might.
Well, I mean, okay, so after World War I, Greece tried to become its own country, and there was a point where like Greece had a lot more land, and then Greece said no, and then they took back that land. And also there's Cyprus. Have you heard about that?
Yep, Cyprus.
Cyprus is kind of
I
like
think a part of it
the
is
island of
still-
Cyprus is basically like split in half because Turkey wants it, and also Greece wants it, but they can't come to a good conclusion.
Yeah.
It's like Kashmir.
Yes.
Kashmir?
Okay, I'm actually gonna